Hey folks, I want to do a video on showing you how to solder copper pipe together. It's something that homeowners need to know if you're out in the country, unless you want to call a plumber every time. It's very simple, nothing to be afraid of. I'll just do a little bit of background on copper piping. Copper piping is measured, this is 1/2 inch measured by the inside diameter. Copper pipe comes, normal household is 1/2 inch, 5/8, 3/4, 1 inch on a big system. You put it together all the same way. You know, the main things to remember when soldering copper is you're soldering, you're not trying to weld it. You need, everything has to be cleaned. So all your fittings are cleaned inside. You can use a wire brush like this. This is just a little cheap wire brush. You clean the inside of every fitting. And on the outside, you take a little piece of sandpaper and you sand every fitting till they're nice and clean. You want that oxide off there. If there's oxide on either fitting, it won't work. You'll solder it, either the solder won't stick or it's going to leak. You clean these properly, and then you flux each one with a decent quality flux. All the flux is an acid base, and it stops the copper from oxidizing during the process of heating it up. I'm just going to do these. I'll do a little quick demonstration on how to put these together. So one thing to remember, if you're doing a valve, so if you're soldering a valve in a system, I usually take the core, the gut out of the valve, the core. There's rubber, nylon, neoprene. It doesn't really like the heat. Some guys will just open it up and leave it open and do the solder. It probably works. I take it right out. You're heating this up to around 450 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's a substantial amount of heat that, you know, I don't think it's worth worrying about damaging the insides, so the components. So once you got your piping together, you just take a propane torch. This is just a hardware store torch. And we're going to use lead-free solder. This is 95% tin, a little bit of silver. Remember, when you're soldering, you don't want to put the copper down here. I like to put it at the kind of the cone of the flame, and typically you'll heat the larger part first. But either way, you just kind of disperse the heat. Solder works on what's called capillary, so you want to heat your tubing or your elbow or your teeth and draw the solder around it. You don't want to melt it in, because that won't give you a true finish. So I just warm it up. Just a little dab on there. It starts. You can't really see it, but that's already gone around, and that's pretty well all you need now, heat-wise. Do a little bit on this one. I don't know if I can show you or not, but that's it. So on a 1/2 inch copper pipe joint, it typically only takes a 1/2 inch of solder. So if you're putting more solder on than that, you're going to put it on the ground. And when you're done, let them cool. I take a paper towel. I like the joints to look nice and clean and finished. As you can see, that's a good joint. They will not leak. Now, a little tip: if you're working on a system that already has water in it, and you have to take it apart to change, say, a leaky elbow, and if you can't get it apart, it's probably because there's still some water in that system. Water in a piping system will not heat up. It'll keep on evaporating steam, and it'll cool down the flame. So what I'll do is I'll just take a drill bit, little 1/16 or 1/8, whatever elbow, I don't care about. I'll just drill a hole in it, let the water drain out. If you can't back drain it, then just drill a hole, drain it out. Another little tip is, if you're trying to solder on an existing system and there's water upstream and it keeps coming down and leaking onto your joint and cooling it, take a piece of bread and just roll it into little balls, stuff the bread up into the piping, and I guarantee you it'll work. The bread will just dissolve when you first turn on the water, and it'll blow it out, and that's it. Quite simple. So if you like what you see, hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you. We'll see you again.